We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is two words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Get started for free on IBM Cloud. With an IBM Cloud Lite account, you can access a catalog of more than 40 always free services with no credit card required. Your account never expires, and there are no time limits, so you can experiment with some of our most popular offerings for as long as you'd like. Explore our free tier and create your account today at ibm.biz/cloudfree.
If there ever was a time to get off the couch and forget the scandal industry, as I write in my new book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, now is the time. The country has slipped away. Michael Savage has it right. This weekend he said, we're in a civil war. There will be one side that wins and one side that loses. We need to make sure that it's conservatives and people of faith and those who believe in our founding fathers is the side that wins. The bottom line is this. It's either conservatives, people of faith, and those who believe in the vision of founding fathers or the left. We cannot coexist with the left. There's no coexistence. There's no coexistence with socialists, with communists, with Marxists, with radical atheists, with radical blacks, with radicals of the Marxian Jewish left, with radical LGBTQs, with radical of every stripe and creed, including, of course, radical Muslims like Rashida Tlaib, that doesn't want police, doesn't want law enforcement. Of course she doesn't. She has ties to terrorist interests. These leftists, frankly, they're all terrorists of one sort or another, even if not violent terrorists. They've taken control of this country, much like Hitler did in the days leading up to World War II and thereafter, where every aspect of society threw their lot with him, German society, including German Jews who thought they were German more than they were Jews. And we saw what happened to them, ovens and gas chambers. That was their fate. I'm Jewish. I'm a Jewish Christian. The Jewish left is a threat to Jewry and a threat to this country and the rest of the world. Fortunately, they're a minority. I don't want to see anti-Semitism result as a result of a reaction to how they are orchestrating in large part what's going on today with their stooges in the White House, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, people that will just rubber stamp anything that these radicals of every group want. Most of the people in these groups are good people, but the radicals have taken control, like the Bolsheviks took control, like the Ayatollahs took control, like Hitler took control. We need to call it as it is. That's why we're taking back our legal system. Freedom Watch, citizens' grand juries, you can watch them every Thursday in real time and see the videos of them at freedomwatchusa.org. We're seeking the indictment of Joe Biden, his son Hunter, and James Biden for massive bribery from communist China, Russia, and Ukraine. We're bringing class action lawsuits against the Chi-Coms for the damage they have done to this country. Class actions in Dallas, Texas, and Jerusalem, Israel, criminal complaints at The Hague. We are doing whatever we can peacefully and legally to wage a peaceful revolution, a counter-revolution. Because if we do not succeed, as Jefferson prophesied, we will be in a bloody revolution yet again. He saw it coming. He said federal judges, unelected, unaccountable to the people, will not stand up for the people, but only for themselves, giving rise to the need to shed the blood of patriots and tyrants yet again, every 20 years or so, and adding what's a few thousand dead to refresh the tree of liberty. Jefferson didn't want to see people dead or hurt, and neither do I, but he was predicting what was going to happen. And for that reason, the American people cannot sit on the couch and be entertained by one scandal after another, or one mutant form of the COVID-19 virus when we're not even being told the truth about the vaccines, which obviously are dangerous. We are being sold a bill of goods by the politicians and pharmaceutical companies that want to line their own pockets and for profit, make money. Maybe there will be a vaccine someday that will work, but we don't know that these work at all, and we're starting to see the side effects. We don't know the long-term effects in women and in children and others. Nothing that you hear from the government is believable anymore. Nothing that you hear from private industry is believable either, or labor unions, or big law firms, or wherever. We have to make our own judgments. We have to be our own people. We have to act in the name of the Father and the Son. We cannot just sit around waiting for things to happen, because everything that's happening right now, frankly put, is bad. There are no positive signs out there. We're sitting on the Titanic as the Titanic has already hit the rock bottom. The threat from communist China, or from Russia, or from Iran, or from North Korea, or from rogue states like Cuba and Venezuela, pale in comparison to the threat from within. The country has rotted to the core. The country is sick. Either we rise up and save it, as our founding fathers did in 1776. In fact, things were far less bad in 1776 than they are today. As I've said many times, King George was not a socialist. He was not a communist. He was not an atheist. He was not a member of the radical Marxian Jewish left. He was not a radical LGBTQ. He was not a radical black. He was not a radical Muslim. He was Mother Teresa compared to who's in control of this country today. So we must rise up before it's too late. Look around. We still have wealth, but that wealth is being dissipated. It's going to be taken apart by these radical leftists, these communists that want to seize everything you own. Not just what you own. They want to seize your body and soul. They want to turn you into godless atheists, enslaved to them and what they want. And just this week, we hear about making the District of Columbia the most leftist place in this country, with vile bar associations and government and everything else a state. They want to pack the Supreme Court. Frankly, it's worthless now. It probably doesn't matter. But the point is that this is where everything's headed. They have total control. There is no Republican Party. It's dead. They roll over. They just raise money. They can continue to defraud the American people, promising things that have never happened over decades. No balanced budget, no reform of Obamacare, no nothing. They're worthless. They're a bunch of clowns. People like Jim Jordan that go on TV, sleeves rolled up on Hannity, pontificating. Tom Cotton, the communist Chinese. Well, what has he done? What has Lindsey Graham done? What has anyone done in the Republican Party? Nobody. The only one that has a shed of light, perhaps, is Governor DeSantis in Florida. And unfortunately, he's with the wrong political party, because they'll bury him just like they buried Donald Trump. They don't want anybody who will stand up against either them or the left. They want to control. They want to shake the money tree. Karl Rove's, people like that. You see them on Fox News. They become the face of Fox News. Shaking the money tree, trying to destroy any candidate that actually stands for anything that is not obedient to them. This is where we are. Two corrupt political parties. One ultra-left, one evil. One simply wants to make money and acquire power. We need a new political party. I formed the New American Independence Party separately, not part of Freedom Watch. And a new Continental Congress, a third Continental Congress, to declare a new government by and for the people. We have no government. A system of selecting judges that aren't based on political patronage and political campaign contributions and other bribes. A system which doesn't give immunity to judges and government officials, that they're above the law and can do whatever they want. And a modification to the Constitution that allows for cases based on discrimination of political ideology and beliefs, so big tech does not dominate. A country which is not ruled by those who roll over to the socialists and communists and atheists because they can scratch their backs. This is my call this Monday. Rise up, Americans, before it's too late. Jefferson and Washington would have been millionaires today, even with inflation. They risked everything to form a new nation. We need to take risks. We can't sit there thinking that we can go off and play golf and play tennis and everything will be okay. Can't be sitting at the pool drinking vodka and tonics or margaritas thinking that it's all going to pass. It will not pass. There'll be nothing left in very short order. So rise up, read the Declaration of Independence, read my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. Have peaceful and legal means to attempt to resurrect this country from the dead. This is our quest. This is our need. This is our destiny. That's my message for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, think hard, think deep, think realistic. The country is on its back. It's on life support. Turn off Hannity and get to work. Thank you for listening to me. God helps those that help those who will help themselves. The Father and the Son will be with us if we rise up now. If not, our civilization will go the way of other ancient civilizations, and it'll be over. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.
Is your car no longer stopping like it used to? Don't miss out on spring brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will help you find the brake parts and supplies you need to do the job right the first time. You'll find great deals on brake pads and rotors, fluids, degreasers, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At T. Rowe Price, we've guided investors through change for over 80 years with a team dedicated to helping you reach your retirement goals.
I am here because I want to make things happen for our clients.
Learn more about how we can help by clicking the ad. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Invest with confidence.